All right, so you met her and you kind of like her a lot. And you want to make sure that you set yourself up for success in this very, very, very new, what could be a relationship.
The potential, the one relationship. So you want to set off successfully. So what this particular video is about is a focus on boundaries and setting them up in the very beginning so that you can start off and make sure to have that successful relationship. Now, if you don't know who we are Pam and Kelly. I am Pam.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are a married couple who help lesbians, single lesbians, lesbians already in a relationship needing to work it out on topics just like this.
All right, so before we get going, please, if you like this content and you want some additional information, or you know anybody that it might help, be sure to hit that share button, like, subscribe, do all the good things.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so let me tell you a little story. Story time.
Story time.
Consider this situation. You met a woman at work. She decides she kind of likes you, and she invites you out on a date. First date scenario.
Right.
You know, you've been kind of eyeing her, so you're interested. You say yes. And the plan is to go to a restaurant. You're going to have a nice dinner, have some conversation, get to know each other better. But you get a little bit closer to the date. She says, you know, I really can't afford the date right now. You know, I'm a little light on cash. But, you know, how about you come to my place and I'll cook for us? So, what to do? So, what do you think? Is this okay?
It's more than okay at the beginning stages throughout your relationship to make sure that you are having an idea of what your boundaries are. That will help to have that successful relationship, right?
Because you need boundaries.
Right.
You absolutely need boundaries. A couple is a couple, but a couple is still two individual people, right? Who want to emotionally and physically protect themselves. And so you need boundaries at the beginning of your relationship and then, you know, as you're going along too.
Right. And another thing you need to make sure not only to have boundaries, but have a clear understanding of what your boundaries are.
Right. So if we go back to our little scenario, this is a good discussion to have for boundaries because, you know, there's a little bit here in this situation. So maybe you think about, is it too soon to go to the house of somebody that you just met? That's not a problem for some people. It's a problem for other people. Some people are perfectly comfortable with it. Others are like, I don't know you like that.
I'm not coming to your place.
I'm not coming to your house. So that's a boundary. Who's going to be responsible for, you know, footing the bill?
Right.
So even if you had gone out to the restaurant, maybe the assumption is because she was the one that asked you out that she would be the one who paid the bill, but that's not necessarily the case. And some people are uncomfortable having somebody pay for a meal or anything really early on in a relationship, and certainly not on the first date.
Exactly.
And other people are like, you better pay for this meal.
And in thinking about a relationship and setting up for a relationship, it's important to know what that is because, for example, you go on this date, you pay for everything. Is there an expectation that you continue throughout the relationship paying for those things? It's all part of the setup for a successful relationship. And we'll be talking a little bit more about why this is important, but continue, Kel. On this.
And this goes back to why you need boundaries. So those early boundaries, those first date boundaries, those first few date boundaries can set up expectations for the rest of your relationship.
Right.
So it's really important that you put a little psychic energy into thinking about all this stuff at the onset. And then once you've gotten clear on your boundaries, then what, baby?
Then you have to make sure, this is very important, communicate your boundaries. Talk to her about them. not only about what your boundaries are, but ask her, what are some of your boundaries? Where do you draw the line? It's important to have that communication. Have that communication in the very beginning of your relationship.
First date.
First date. Even before relationship, before maybe even you get to the first date, have that conversation. As it's evolving into a very early stages of a relationship, communicate. And then still, as a relationship evolves and grows, communicate those boundaries.
Because over the entire lifeline of a relationship, new situations are going to call for new boundaries and new discussions. So some of the discussions that you have prior to your first date are not going to be the same ones that you're having a few months into the relationship.
Exactly.
And then if we go down 5 or 10 years, still other things may pop up that you couldn't possibly have anticipated, but it's time to talk again about boundaries, right?
Right.
So
We have a recap. Three things to remember when it comes to having a successful relationship as it pertains to boundaries is number 1, have them. Have the boundaries, okay? Number 2, know and be clear about what your boundaries are. And then number 3, most important,
communicate them.
Yes.
The big C.
Yes. Very important. Is it like this or is it like this? I don't know, but it's important to communicate those boundaries.
All right. That's all for us this time.
Right. So once again, as a reminder, make sure to like this particular video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that way you'll be notified when we put out our next video. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.